Welcome back. The Ogun State government is calling on all relevant stakeholders in its homegrown school feeding program to assist in the sustainability of the program. The state government is moving to ensure that all 4 schools drafted from the 4 zones of the state are closely monitored by development partners and non-governmental organizations to ensure that the objectives and vision of the program are adhered to.
The homegrown school feeding program introduced by the federal government aims to provide free meals for school children with food gotten from local farmers across the country. Since its introduction in Ogun State over a year ago, about 270,000 public primary schools have benefited, and to ensure its continuity, the state government is asking for the help from members of the community. A part of the implementation process will involve the enlisting of various groups, including farmers and food vendors, in the baseline assessment of the program being conducted in 4 local government areas of the state.
We are giving them a balanced meal every day, and we are feeding right now about 1,510 schools, leaving just very few schools that we are not covering. Also, we have recruited 2,948 vendors who have been equipped, who are being paid by the federal government 2 weeks in advance, and who are doing the job very well. They have been trained, they know what to do. We have an enviable food timetable that is used by all the vendors, and our monitoring is going excellently well.
Even with all these in place, there are still a few hiccups.
The main challenge we've found is that of clarity in communication, and that's something that the state government has already decided that they will be working on.
The federal government says it already has a plan in place to help the sustainability of the project over the next 4 years.
Well, that's all from Abuja. It's back to you, Gimba.
Brilliant. Many thanks indeed, Malkwa. Moving on to other stories now. The Katsina state government has promised to support non-governmental organizations to the benefit of residents of the state. Governor Aminu Bello Mazari disclosed this at the launch of the 2018 Katsina State Entrepreneurship Trade Fair. The governor also appealed to women under the Katsina State Women Development Initiative to put the skills they acquired to good use.
It's the start of the Katsina 2018 Entrepreneurship Trade Fair at the Muhammadu Dikko Stadium, Katsina State. Organizers of the event, which includes fun fair, cultural display and exhibitions, invite the Katsina State Governor, Alhaji Aminu Bello Masari, to launch the program. The governor is highly impressed, assuming his administration's readiness to support and assist non-governmental organizations and individuals in the state who've come forward with workable proposals aimed at improving the quality of lives not only of women but all the residents of the state.
Also wish to assure this initiative and other initiatives that the government is ever willing and ready to give support and assistance to non-governmental organizations and individuals who have come forward with a proposal that is workable for the development and improvement in terms of quality of lives, not only of women, but of the people of Katsina State and the humanity.
He appeals to women who've learned trades and skills under the organization of the program to put what they've learned to practice.
I appeal to those women who have learned various trades and skills to really learn how to manage whatever they were taught here.
In the meantime, the Director General of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency commends the governor on his concern towards empowering youth and women to attain economic development.
And this has shown that the governor is really cares about the well-being of the people of Katsina State, irrespective of their status, irrespective of where they came from, irrespective of their political affiliation. He came to every occasion that works towards empowering youth and generally women, so that we will have the needed economic development in the country.
As women and youth constitute over 60% of the Katsina population, the state government is of the opinion that whatever concerns them concerns the leadership. It equally believes that investing in women and youth is investing in the future.
Now to some company news. First City Monument Bank has entered into partnership with Etihad Airways to assist their customers traveling for Hajj, Umrah and around the world. Officials of FCMB and Etihad Airways are also giving their customers the assurance of exclusive deals. They were speaking at the official launch of the FCMB and Etihad Airways discounted travel package in Kano, northwest of Nigeria.
Officials of the First City Monument Bank, Etihad Airways and customers in the city of Kano making their way to the venue of this grand partnership meeting of the FCMB. With the opening of premium account in any First City Monument Bank branch across northern Nigeria, the two partners believed that their customers can fly with cheap fares to United Arab Emirates and other countries of the world with other exclusive benefits from the FCMB.
Under the FCMB and Etihad Airways discounted travel package partnership, customers of FCMB will have the opportunity to purchase Etihad Airways flight tickets at highly discounted rates for their business, leisure, medical and pilgrimage travels to major destinations in the world.
Established in July 2003 as national airline of the United Arab Emirates, Etihad Airways has been operating in Nigeria and flying to over 150 countries of the world.
I should have come here a long time ago.
But this is the first time the airline is entering into partnership with a local bank and airline to assist customers from northern Nigeria.
If you're going to the United States, I've been having that conversation with a couple of gentlemen where you always think about the distance to the United States and the time that you have to spend while you are in transit. However, we've got something called the US pre-clearance. Many times people don't know about that. I'd like to highlight that because you arrive in the US and within the time that you are in transit, we clear you through to the US. So you're pre-cleared through to the United States. When you land in the United States, you arrive like a domestic passenger.
Asman Air Services is operating daily flights to Lagos. We operate in the morning and also in the afternoon. So we have 2 daily flights every day and every week.
Customers are however upbeat about the new relationship and hope that it will remain sustainable from both the FCMB and Etihad Airways. As Muslims all over the world prepare for Ramadan and subsequently Leisure Hajj, it is expected that members of Kano business community, especially customers of the FCMB, will utilize the golden opportunity presented by FCMB. Idris Jubrin, Channels Television News.
Mobile telecommunication giant Airtel has launched its 4G network in Abuja. The managing director of Airtel Nigeria, Mr. Segun Ogunsoya, says that the launch was part of ongoing upgrade of its network across Nigeria. Mr. Ogunsoya says that the Airtel 4G network is coming to stabilize the existing 3G network service with high-speed data experience for all its subscribers.
Government officials and customers of Airtel Nigeria gathered to witness the introduction of the company's latest product, the 4G LTE. The managing director of Airtel Nigeria, Mr. Segun Ogunsoya, said the company has replaced old equipment with new ones in a bid to provide customers with a better experience.
We started this in Abuja about 6-7 weeks ago. And it took the good men and women of Airtel and our vendors who are weak less than 7 weeks to complete the complete swap of the network in Abuja to almost brand new. So everything I'm using to receive phone calls, to make phone calls, to do your data is completely new. So
the launch in Abuja is coming a few weeks after the mobile service provider launched the service in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. And the plan is to reach more cities within the next few months. The Minister of Communication, Mr. Adebayo Shitu, commended the company for expanding its operation.
I want to thank Airtel Nigeria for the honor, and I want to assure you that the people of Oyo State quite appreciate the leadership position of Airtel Nigeria in the scheme of things.
The company promises fast and reliable services for its customers at the launch.
What this means is like, if you want to access the internet, you're going to be able to get internet very quickly. It is very fast internet. It's called 4G. It started from 2G, we went to 3G, now it's 4G. With 4G, you can download a movie very, very quickly.
Airtel has promised 4 gigabytes of data plus an additional 25% data bonus for the next 3 months for plans above 500 naira.
Let's move on quickly to business news with Anwar Odo.
You first. First Bank.
Thank you, Gimba. Let's begin business news with the research arm of FSDH Merchant Bank saying that it expects Nigeria's headline inflation rate to drop to 12.43% in April from 13.34%, which was recorded in the month of March. The company's forecast has been attributed to the base effect of the Composite Consumer Price Index, which was surveyed last month, which is expected to lower the inflation rate. Meanwhile, the Food Price Index for the Food and Agriculture Organization for the month of April shows the index at 173.5 points. The National Bureau of Statistics is expected to release the inflation data for the month of April, and that will happen on May the 13th. All is now set for the African Development Bank's 53rd session of the Board of Governors annual meeting between the 21st and the 25th of May this year. At a media briefing, the Secretary General of the bank, Mr. Vincent Mahile, said the theme, Accelerating Africa's Industrialization, was derived from the 5 priorities of the AFDB.
The annual meetings are a statutory event of the bank. During the meetings, the boards of governors, as the highest decision-making and oversight audience of the bank and fund, will review the annual report on the finances, operations, and other activities of the bank and fund during the preceding financial year. They will also adopt resolutions on key decisions and conclusions of the annual meetings. Most significantly, the governors will dialogue on the role of the bank in the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals and related multi-pronged resource strategy anchored on increasing co-financing, fine-tuning lending operations, optimizing the balance sheet, and recapitalizing the bank. In addition to the statutory dimension of the annual meetings that I have just highlighted, the bank will organize a series of knowledge events under the Accelerating Africa's Industrialization theme. These knowledge events are meant to generate new ideas for developing and financing Africa's industrialization and showcase the bank as a transformative agent.
And as more companies continue to release their earnings for this year, Standard Alliance Insurance says that it will not be able to file its own audited financial statements for the year ended December 31, 2017, within the extended date as approved by the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And that's because the financial statement is awaiting the approval of the National Insurance Commission before submission to the Nigerian Stock Exchange on or before June the 30th. Equities at the local stock market have made a quick rebound at the close of trading today after a brief sell-off recorded in yesterday's session. Let's join Teniola Shibawali for the details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The equities market returned positive on Friday, closing up 0.27%. The gains by Dangote Cement, which contributes about 30% of the market's total capitalization, supported the overall index movement. Most of the sectorial indices were down, except the consumer goods and industrial goods sector. Market breadth was positive as 26 stocks posted gains, while 22 posted declines. Volume of transactions for the day stands at 283.62 million shares, traded in 4,187 deals and contributed mostly by the shares of Access Bank. Traders are upbeat about next week's performance as the 2018 budget is expected to be passed. And that's the stock market report. Do have a lovely weekend. I'm Teniola Shoboale.
Thank you, Teniola. US and European stock markets have also ended today's session sharply higher. On the other hand, a dismal close for the week for major Asian and African markets. Let's check out the numbers for today. And that's business news for tonight. Thank you all for watching. I'm Anne Nwawado. Have a lovely weekend. It's back to you, Gimba.
You first. First Bank.
Still ahead on the news at 10, 32 primary schools drawn into 4 groups for the Lagos State preliminaries of the Channels International Kids Cup. That's on Sports News. Stay with us.